the Atlanta Hawks, Stacey Ogman. A powerful 6'6" forward going off the bench has helped put the Phoenix Suns in contention for first place in the Pacific Division throughout the season. Cedric Ceballos making his third appearance in the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. One of the most exciting young players in the league and the runner-up in last year's event from the Seattle Supersonics. Sean Kemp, the #1 pick of the 1991 N.B.A. draft. He has lived up to his bill of outstanding play in his rookie season, representing the Charlotte Hornets, Larry Johnson. His jumping and three-point shooting abilities have helped make him one of the league's top 6 men this season, and he's played a key role in the New York Knicks' drive to the top of the Atlantic Division. John Starks. After 2 years as a reserve, this exciting young guard has moved into the starting lineup and become one of his team's leading scorers this season for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Doug West. Our 7th contestant in the 6'6" swingman, who has emerged as one of the most improved players in the league this season, representing the All-Star Weekend All-Star, Magic, Nick Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, the participants in the 1992 Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. The order of competition.
And you've got our 7 competitors tonight. You're looking at Stacey Ogman of the Atlanta Hawks, watching him in warm-ups. He's looking pretty strong. This is the order of competition determined by draw. Larry Johnson, now that I think he's strong, looked pretty good himself, followed by Ogman, Sean Kemp, Doug West. Then John Starks, Nick Anderson, and Cedric Ceballos of the Phoenix Suns. We've got some good dunkers here. Here are the rules. 2 dunks in the first 4 rounds, 3 dunks in the finals, and this is key. Competitors may replace a dunk per round if they miss one final, and each round scores separately. The scores don't move forward. Maximum score 50 points per dunk. There are 5 judges. Each will rate them up to a 10 in increments of tenths of points. The top 4 advance to the semis. The top 2 in the finals. So those are the rules. The Slam Dunk Championship first place prize money is the same as the shootout. That's at $20,000, a total of $42,000 in prize money. But as D. Brown, last year's champion, would tell you, it's not simply the prize money that's so meaningful. This can make a career for a young, relatively unknown N.B.A. player. The judges tonight know something about this. George Gervin, Bonnie Jones, Calvin Murphy, Danny Roundfield, and Julius Irving, who is with Greg Singer.
Well, thank you, Bob. Those who can dribble like Isaiah Thomas, shoot like Greg Hodges are respected, but those who can dunk like Julius Irving are put on a pedestal. I like tonight's competition.
I'll tell you, you got some strong competition. You know, the more I see this competition, the more I understand that if people can see somebody else do something, they can not only mimic it, but they can take it to the next level. And that's what these young guys continue to do every year. This thing is take it to the next level.
Okay, are you be critical to it?
Yeah, I'm going to be hard, you know. Calvin and I, we're going to be the tough scorers. You know, Ice, Bobby, and they're going to be relatively easy. So Calvin and I got to keep sanity around here. You know, we're the enforcers in this group.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Craig Singer. There are 5 judges, and our first competitor will be Larry Johnson from the Charlotte Hornets, formerly of UNLV, a powerful dunk artist. And by the way, we're going to be joined, and you'll hear them on mic, with D. Brown, the defending champion, Magic Johnson, and Isaiah Thomas. The first dunk of the night. Gentlemen, your views on that, Magic?
I thought it was nice. It's a backboard, come up and dunk it out. It was all right. What do you think?
He does this so quickly, hits the backboard and takes it to the other side. And, you know, you can't even pick that up. I think the one thing you have to be very careful in the slam dunk, QB, is that normally the judges are not very lenient early. They're very tough, and they seem to give higher scores later. So I would save my better dunks for last.
Well, that's what we said last year. That's the best thing to do. They are being judged on athletic ability, creativity, and style.
There's the score, 44.8. Remember, 50 is a perfect score. Not a bad score for Larry Johnson on his first dunk. A lot of the competitors feel that consistency early and saving some of the big moves for advancing is the way to go. But, of course, you always take that chance. And D. Brown, you're the defending champion as Stacey Ogman comes up here for his first look. How about it? Should they go big early? All right, Stacey Ogden about to show us his first dunk. Also out of UNLV, the young rookie with the Atlanta Hawks, one of the best rookies in the N.B.A. Magic Johnson.
I like that. I like that because he's athletic. He's so, that's my choice. Him or Sean Kemp. Those athletic guys can really do some work. He took that page out of Dominique. Put it by his tennis shoes here. Oh yeah, come around. Oh yeah. Look how high he jumped first. Bring it around. Yes. Yes. Put that head up by the rim.
And the score of 44.7 for Stacey Ogden. You see he's sitting there by his mentor, Dominique Wilkins, retired dunking champion.
You see, Bob, what happens is the judges got booed there because they thought the score should be higher, so now my man Doug West is in good position. They're going to buckle to the pressure here, and he's going to get a high score, okay? So he just, this is Sean Kemp, I guess, getting ready to go right now.
Sean Kemp, they call him Sonic Thunder.
Now, he can do it.
From last year.
This is power right here. You can see that this is power.
He missed, but remember, they got to replace one dunk. He's going to try it again with no penalty.
Now, the major thing is right now, he's got to get a dunk to go down. He cannot miss another one or he's in trouble.
Now, last year, he missed that dunk, if you remember, when he came in second when the pressure was on. And he did. He hurt his hand that time.
I'm surprised more of them don't wear wristbands to cushion their hands when they hit against the rim. I never had that problem, but I know when I played with Julius, he always had double-thick wristbands. He better, whoa. It doesn't count unless you're in the act to try to go up and dunk the ball. So Sean looks a little nervous.
Good bounce. Power jam from Sean Kemp.
Confidence, too, to be able to follow that up and finish it off.
Now, I'll give you an example. Last year, that high lob, catching it, windmill dunk, was getting a 48 in the semifinal with finals last year.
We'll see what he gets here. I say he's going to get in the mid-47s on that.
Sean Kemp with a sore wrist as he missed his first dunk. He was shaking that right arm. He's a 5-power jam and a good score. 47.4 is the score. Magic Johnson, how about your comments and also those of Isaiah and D. Brown there?
Well, I think that Sean Kemp, since he is the veteran, he's got to be the favorite. You know, the guy can jump so high, but right now we need some kind of jump to wake this building up, get this crowd going. What do you say? We need to be strong then. What do you think, D?
Right now, they gotta, open it up a little bit so they get caught on these sides. That's right, last year, open it up a little bit.
We need a pop. We need something.
Well, he's going to open it up right here. Doug West, he's going to do something fine here.
Nice looking jam from Doug West. Through some oohs and ahs. Fans are getting so used to seeing such incredible dunks in the competition. It's difficult to impress them.
Yeah, you really become spoiled. I mean, this guy, look what he does. He wraps the ball. He changes it to the other hand. His head is up by the rim, a 180 dunk. And it's like, ooh, okay.
It's two hands.
Right.
It's up there, you're right. You like the little cradle, and then as he brings it back, here's the creativity part of it all.
Wow.
Because he's coming at that angle from behind the backboard.
Gentlemen, after looking at that replay, 44.3, Magic, what do you think about that?
Oh, my. Wow.
Because they're used to seeing Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, guys who can go high and very creative, and now they got the new breed coming in, and they're not waking this crowd up. D. Brown was saying that they need to go ahead and assert themselves instead of get the crowd on their side instead of waiting for somebody else to do it.
Well, let's see if John Starks does. Hubie, you like John Stark, the 6'5" guard from the Knicks. This, but he'll get another opportunity to replace one dunk.
You know what I've noticed? These guys are a little nervous. You can see they're in a position here. Most of these guys, first-time guys.
Absolutely.
And they're nervous.
It's a young group of guys, as we said, young Turks. And the other thing is he is the shortest competitor here. He's 6'5".
Baseline reverse jam from John Starks. He had to go with something relatively conservative because he certainly didn't want to have that miss. So we'll wait and see what the judges think of that.
What are you going to see? He brings it up and brings it back down. Here it is right here.
Got a little iron on the jam there. Magic, if you were storing that, would you reduce it for the fact that he doesn't get it clean through the net here?
Well, it's going to be tough because he did draw the iron. But I'll tell you one thing.
Judges are tough.
These guys, yeah, the judges are tough because they're N.B.A. players. And the fact that John Starks is a better dunker in the game, actually in the game type situation. I've seen him dunk on a lot of big men, and he do it really great. Now, in this competition, we're going to have a hard time because you got to be more creative, and it's going to be tough for him. But this is a man that can maybe start it off for everybody. Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson with a big move, but he hit the bottom of the rim here.
All right, Isaiah, the fourth Nick is from Chicago. What's he going to do?
Chicago is well represented in this league. 3-point shootout. Nick gonna turn it out.
Hey, what about the legends? Hey, what about the legends, Chicago?
What about the legends over there?
I saw him breathing kind of hard, didn't you?
He's still sweating, man.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well, what he does is he comes baseline, and you see he start in and jump out away from the hoop, run back and slam it. Very athletic dude, great jump.
And a good score of 47.4. That ties it with Sean Kemp.
No question.
So Kemp and Anderson are the first round leaders at 47.4 with Cedric Savalas, the seventh and final dunker. Remember, the four best will advance. Right now it's Kemp and Anderson, Johnson and Augman. So the number to beat is 44.7. Savalas beats Eddie to eliminate Stacey Augman.
Well, you know, this is a guy we haven't talked much about. He's a spectacular dunker in a game, too. It'll be interesting to see whether he can create here by himself without being in a game situation.
He got a strange bounce. The ball actually hit the floor and bounced to its right. And Cedric wasn't ready for it to come to that exact location. He will be able to replace this. We'll see if he can do it this time. 4 of the 7 have missed their first dunk here tonight.
Bad toss here. He's going to have to work to get this one in.
He did not get a big roar from the crowd. Let's see what kind of impression he made on the judges. The score to beat, 44.7 to advance into the 4 semifinals. Remember, they do get 2 dunks, then they'll be going through this again.
It's a very conservative dunk, but I think because he missed, he just wanted to make sure he got this one in. Almost fumbled it, but was able to muscle the shot in.
The judges, I think, are consistent in the first round in the fact that they want power. They want that, you know, if you're going to do a 360, they want it clean, but they want it powerful.
43.1 for Cedric Savalas. So remember, there are 2 dunks here in the first round. So we'll go right through the list again. Tied for the lead, Sean Kemp and Nick Anderson. Then it is Larry Johnson and Stacey Augman, followed by West, Savalas, and Starks. There are the standings after the first one.
I thought Larry Johnson had a very good first dunk. I think 44.8 was a little low for his. He went quick. He went with power. So he's going to have to really come up with something. What did he say? He's in all right now.
As of right now, Kemp, Anderson, Johnson, Augman are the top 4.
Now, the first time, you remember, he came up, he touched the board, and came up on the other side.
Does that count? Does that count or as a miss or not? Yeah, that is a miss.
So he had to replace it. This may cause him to have to go conservative.
Little strategy here now. Let's think about what he wants to do.
He's going for it.
Oh! That woke him up.
Yeah, it sure did.
Magic Johnson.
That's right.
Well, Houston, you called it right. They wanted power, and they got power.
They got it.
In a big way. Well, what happened is the crowd was quiet because 3 times you had the same type of dunk. Now we start off with something different. Off the glass. Power! Oh! That's what we were doing. Oh, another look from up behind the slam. 10
to replace that one. 44.7 on his first dunk.
Well, Dominic told him to go for it, and he really had, because he missed the first one the first time out, and he had to be a little more conservative when he did his windmill.
Oh, and he missed it. Now you can get some points even if you miss. You get as high as 8 points. So that would be a maximum of 40 points for Ogden, which would, if he got the maximum from each judge of 8 points, that'd be only 88.7 total because of this.
He did everything right except get it in the basket.
Yes.
He just misjudged his takeoff, and he hit the back of the rim.
Only 34 points, and that'll almost certainly eliminate Hawks rookie Stacey Ogden.
Well, you know what happened is he came at the wrong angle, though. For him to be left-handed, he came too close to the middle of the basket. He should have been a little further away on the right side so he could come to his left hand, and he had all the baskets. If you look at that dunk again, he came a little too close inside.
Magic, I think we got some more power coming here with Big Sean Kemp. He looks like he's winding up.
Sean is ready. He is ready. Come on, Sean. Hey, that's going to be some power. If he gets it, it's going to be some power.
Now, I wonder if that counts as a miss. I don't know if that was an attempt or not.
No rim, no rim. Oh!
Didn't have time to get back up there, and that's a miss.
You know, this is, now this is Sean, what, third year?
But they counted that first one as a miss, Magic. So that was a miss.
Wow.
He left the feet. When he left his feet, they missed it.
Oh, okay. I thought it only hit that.
You know what? He missed on his first dunk.
Right.
So you're only allowed one miss on the first round. So that's what happened.
You know, it seems like the years before with Sean Kemp, it seemed like he knew what he was going to do. He knew that the different selections, process 1 through whatever 5. But this year, it seems like he's out of sync.
He seems jumpy and nervous, Magic. He never really gave it much thought. He just went right into his dunk.
Well, that's been his problem every year because D. Brown beat him because of that, and Dominique and the rest of them beat him because of the same thing.
Magic, this is my guy right here, Doug West. I still think he's going to come up with something. I think he's got some stuff in the bag.
Well, we thought he was underscored in that first one. He cradled it and switched hands and brought it home.
Big dunk high above the rim. He's Doug West, the only competitor not to miss so far tonight. So let's see what he gets on this one on his second dunk. We're looking at the best total so far right now is from Larry Johnson at 91.7, Ogden at 79.5, and Kemp 81.4.
You know, that's a beautiful dunk, but I don't know if he's going to get much points. Look how extended and all he is. But I don't know what kind of score he will get for that.
I'll bet Julius Irving appreciates it.
Yeah, but they want you to take off behind the line. You know, they've seen too many guys take off from back there. You break the line, they think you're cheating.
Yeah,
You know?
39.8 on that.
Very low score.
D. Brown, last year being your first time, and a lot of these guys, it's their first time too. How nervous were you?
I was very nervous until I hit my first dunk. I think it was good, watching guys. I happen to be seven contestants, so I had a chance to watch everybody and fill out what the crowd wanted, what the judges wanted. So I think that made it a lot easier for me.
All right, I want to ask you one more question too after this dunk by John Stark. Oh yeah.
John Starks off the bounce, the reverse jam.
Oh yeah. That was beautiful because he got up high and he threw it down hard. I tell you, he'll be got a nice guy there with John. Beautiful dunk.
I'm like you, Magic. There's very few guys in this league, especially guards, who attack the basket like he does, and like you said, go over the top of the defensive people.
Right there.
Look at him.
You know he had to do that standing still on 2 feet. Now watch this. He didn't run. He had to stop with 2 feet right here. Center step and boom. Oh yeah, I love it. See, I wanted to ask you, did you set up your dunks last year like 1 through 4 or 5? You knew what you wanted to do beforehand?
No, I didn't. What happened was that just watched everybody, just trying to see how everything was reacting. I knew I had 10 dunks that I could do, but I didn't have it in order. The last no-look dunk, I had no idea I was going to do that one, son.
Oh, Nick. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Nick Anderson with his jam. Johnson, 91.7. It starts at 89.6 are the top two at this point. Let's see what the judges do with that with Magic. Gentlemen, what do you think about that?
Well, I thought it was a good jump, but I didn't think it was good enough for him being a hometown guy.
You know, Magic, when he hit the rim, it took the power off the dunk. You know,
Exactly.
it didn't go through cleanly, and so it wasn't a powerful dunk.
And I think for him being at home, he should come up with something different than that.
You know, Magic,
You're going to get crowded to it anyway.
you know, you find out, though, I think in practice, guys are loosey-goosey, and they'll try things, then you get all this crowd, and you don't want to get embarrassed, and you get conservative, and it really costs you.
Yeah, big time, too. Especially because you got guys who used to dunking at Justin. Bobby Jones and Dr. J and Roundfield, they're used to dunking, so they want to see some real creativity.
You're listening to the voice of Magic Johnson. Isaiah Thomas, D. Brown is joined U.B. Brown, Doug Collins, and myself here for the Slam Dunk Championship. We're in the first round. This is the final of the 7 competitors in the first round of the Slam Dunk All-Star Saturday night from Orlando on TNT. Zavalos with a baseline reverse jam.
What do you think, Isaiah?
I think what we're seeing here tonight is a lack of creativity. I think very fast you've had players like Dominique, Michael, guys who actually guys, D. Brown, guys who have a lot of creativity, guys that have a lot of imagination. I think what you're seeing here tonight, you're seeing a lot of duplicated dunks, a lot of replicated dunks. So it's important for fans. I think fans have been important to show the judges. They want to see some creativity. They want to see guys take chances and take risks.
Exactly. Boy, you said that well, guys.
You can come across here and get on the regular table after this run. All right, we got Cedric Ceballos advancing into the final 4. So it's Johnson, Starks, Anderson, and Ceballos advancing to the semifinals. Johnson, Starks, Anderson, and Cedric Ceballos. All-Star Saturday night from Orlando. We have our 4 semifinalists in the Slam Dunk competition. Larry Johnson, John Starks, Nick Anderson, and Cedric Ceballos. And surprising everyone, the failure of Sean Kemp to advance to the semifinals. Greg Sager?
Well, Bob, you're right. We are going to have a surprise winner because Sean Kemp is not advancing. What happened?
Well, just tight. It's hard to get warmed up in the little 5-minute period they give us their warm-ups. But I think you can tell the guys look a little tight. It's hard for us to jump right now because we haven't played any ball in the last 2 or 3 days. So I think it's just a combination of, not getting yourself pumped up or being tight and just being a little over-relaxed.
Who's your pick to win it?
Well, right now I'm going to pick Cedric Ceballos to win. I think Cedric's doing some stuff right now with the ball and nobody's doing these turning a little bit with the 360 and different things.
Okay. Bob? Thank you, Craig Sager. Now, remember in the first and second rounds, each competitor gets 2 dunks. They can replace 1 dunk only. Once they miss and have to replace it, then they don't get one on the second one. The order of competition: Nick Anderson, Ceballos, Johnson, and Starks. Anderson.
Oh, that's it right there.
He'll be able to replace that, but Magic, I hear you fellas talking about. You're talking about that's more like it.
Yeah, that's it right there. Right now in this round, I think defense probably have to take more chance. Oh, yeah.
360 from Anderson. Nick Anderson, a local favorite.
He brought that one from the middle of the backboard when he caught it. He brought that one back hard.
Remember, the scores from the first round don't advance. Everything starts fresh here in the second round.
Oh, yeah.
46 on that, and Hubie Brown had the point, Magic, that he brought that one back really hard, which may have helped him in his scoring.
Oh, yes. And you know that the slam cam shows that beautifully. I mean, the slam cam is everything now. I tell you, TNT got the slam cam. That shows the fans a different side of dunking. Especially when you slow-mo it too. I only wish I could dunk out there. You, huh? You, as much as I get this food, if I could dunk it.
You fellas elevated the game so much we had to change the technology.
You definitely changed it.
Cedric Ceballos, second competitor in the semifinals.
You know, the bounce game hasn't been working.
No.
I don't know why everybody keeps going back to that. It hasn't been working tonight.
Been getting some untrue bounces. Ceballos, good bounce.
Oh, yeah. He still got it. A short bounce and he still got it. I'm surprised. Great move. Great.
Cedric Ceballos, who you heard Sean Kemp picked as his dark horse favorite here in the semifinals.
I tell you, he catches this under, and the whirlwind is quick.
Ooh, that's big. A little bit reminiscent of Skywalker a few years ago.
Yes. But with less power.
Yes.
Skywalker was up in that rim and dunking it so hard, and the ball came back up through the net. Remember that? Oh, the slam cam's beautiful.
You're right, Magic. That's the picture.
Yeah.
45.7. These judges are tough here tonight. Let's see if it'll raise the level of competition. Now Larry Johnson. He's a power dunker.
See, nobody's talked about Larry Johnson tonight, and this guy had the best score in the first round because he's done everything with power and quickness.
Well, the thing about Larry, the problem with Larry is that he's so quick. He does the dunk so quick that you don't get to really appreciate what he's doing. I watch him, he comes on the right side, gets up with power, and he goes on the other side. Bam! Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Great for a big man. They haven't seen a big man with that much weight, that much quickness in this league in a long time.
And that's the highest score of the night, 48.6 for Larry Johnson. So these judges were able to see through the quickness.
Yeah, and the power.
Well, Larry Johnson, the front runner at this point, and now here comes John Starks, the fourth of the semifinalists to compete here. 2 dunks in this semifinal round to replace 1 dunker.
You know what I haven't seen much of is the 1-foot takeoff shape, and everything's a 2-foot takeoff. Even Starks with another 2-foot takeoff.
Oh, big. Again, he went to the bounce. I wonder if the judges will deduct anything because they've seen that dunk so often.
Yeah. And the problem is, you don't have gliders here. There's nobody that can glide and do that dunk that you want.
But you think about the great dunkers. I mean, other than Dominique, who was a 2-foot dunker, you had Larry Nance, who took off on one. You had Michael Jordan. You had Dr. J, the guys that can take up so much space in the air. And you're not seeing that. Everything is a bounce, 2-foot stop. And I'd like to see some 1-foot takeoff, a little creativity.
43.1 for John Starks.
Two guys that I thought were going to do that didn't do it, and that was Stacey Altman, who I thought was a glider, power dunker, as well as Sean Kemp, and he didn't do it either. And that's what the crowd come to see.
Well, after the first dunk, they got 2 in this round here in the semifinal. Johnson.
Bring it back out.
Uh-oh. If you do that, I'm leaving.
Dick Anderson.
Oh.
With the blindfold over the eye, D. Brown started a trend last year. D, what did he think about that, Magic?
D, what do you think? Quick. Is it too quick? Isaiah?
I think these guys are doing pretty good dunks, but they don't have the same type of emotion, the same type of energy that they need to bring to the dunk, the type of style, the type of finesse, the type of play with the crowd. They're through the dunk. See, he should have hung on the rim, swung on it, did the monkey bar swing, you know. And they get the fans into it. They need a little more style, a little more emotion.
Much like Dick Brown did with pumping the shoes up.
Yeah. They need some theatrics in it.
Right. Play to the crowd. We all are entertainers in our own way, and they need to entertain the crowd before you get started. I thought that's why D won. I mean, he just had us going crazy with all the little side things that he did. All right, we got Cedric up here.
Cedric Ceballos had 45.7 on his first dunk. Anderson, by the way, with a total of 89.8 here in the second round. Now, this is an interesting approach angle.
Well, Cedric's an LA boy, and that's why he looks
Behind the baseline.
and great timing.
Now that's good.
Great timing. That's a timing dunk right there. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. And he comes to smack us by. That was a great dunk. I don't know if he's going to get the score for it, but that was great. Check out.
He should get the score because he's creative. This is a dunk that's never been done in the N.B.A.
Right.
So the judges are looking for creativity, and this is the most creative thing that's happened here tonight.
Bounces high. Dunks it high. Oh, that's beautiful.
And not a real high score.
All the celebrities in the back going crazy, hammer pointing. We got everybody here on TNT. Shoot, Huey, we got everybody.
Cedric Ceballos with semifinal score of 90.4.
It's the man. And everybody is now, I think, their favorite right now because he's done with power. And I like him because he's always thinking about what he wants to do. Here it comes. You got some glide, and you got some power.
Yeah.
The big fella.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Yes, it is.
Do you see how quickly that ball went through the basket? And boom! I mean, with power and quick.
Oh, man.
Watch how quickly. Watch how quickly he throws this way.
Now, John Starks needs 47.4 on this dunk to beat Ceballos and Anderson and advance to the semifinals and join Larry Johnson. So 47.4 is the number to beat for John Starks.
Yeah, the little man can do it. Little man. Even if he hadn't made it, it
Wasn't enough. He will get the replacement. Off the floor, then the backboard, and the reverse jam for John Starks. Let's see if it'll get it. 47.4 from the judges. Gentlemen, what do you think?
The crowd always likes the little man. And for a little man to do that, bounce off the floor, jump off 2 feet, reverse dunk, they love it. Here it is on the replay. 2 feet, come. Oh, he got his legs wide open. That was beautiful.
But Magic, you know, these judges also remember when Kenny Smith stood with his back to the basket, bounced it between his leg, off the backboard, turned and caught it. I mean, they've seen all these kind of things, so that's why the judging is a little bit low, I think.
So Starks gets 44.8.
And that's what we're missing.
That's
And last year you had Randy Chapman, guys who brought something new and fresh. But wasn't scared to take a chance. These guys, until this round, were scared to take chances.
Well, you know, when you look at the competitors, there's 3 guards, 4 forwards, and really no center, so you'd expect guys to be doing more things on the run and being a little more creative because their ball handling ability.
The Slam Dunk Championship will be dunked off between Larry Johnson and Cedric Ceballos. For the crew of the Spirit of Akron and Goodyear Tires for the overhead shots of the arena and the Orlando area tonight. Thanks for those great pictures of Central Florida and All-Star Weekend 1992. Ready for the finals now in the Slam Dunk Championship of All-Star Weekend. And here's how the semifinalists finished. Larry Johnson and Cedric Ceballos advanced. Nick Anderson third and John Stark was fourth. Now the 2 competitors tossed a coin. And the winner was Larry Johnson, as you watch a replay of it here. And Larry Johnson elected to go second, thus giving Cedric Ceballos the opportunity to go first. And gentlemen across the floor, Magic, E, Isaiah, what do you think about the strategy of having going first here? Any significance?
The strategy is good because you've seen in the three-point shooting contest, that kind of hurt, I thought, less because the pressure was on him to have to beat Hodges, and sometimes that played in your favor. And so I think Larry did a good job of going second because now you can see what kind of crowd response that Cedric gets and what kind of score he gets.
Ceballos from behind his back, not much on that one. What do you think? You agree?
Oh, boy. You know, I guess what's happening here is they use the guy hanging in the air so long and just say, okay, I'm going to make up my mind. I'm going to glide for like 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to make up my mind what I want to do. By the time I get to the hoop, I'll be able to shook it up so many times, then I will dunk it. We just don't have that. That's why the crowd is quiet.
And only 43.3 points. Now in the finals, there are 3 dunks for each competitor, remember.
Well, we don't have to do something else. They just got to do something else. I've been here, 12 years now, and this is the quietest I've ever heard a crowd for the slam dunk. Ever.
You may have a point. Maybe we have to put defense into the slam dunk, Magic.
Yeah. Hey, John Starks would have won if we had defense.
Larry Johnson. He'll get a chance to replace him.
It's hard to keep bouncing it. It's hard to keep bouncing it. Something else, yeah. That's a good point, Isaiah.
So Larry Johnson misses here. Now remember, here's the rules of the finals. You're allowed 3 dunks, and the top 2 scores count. So even though Larry Johnson did not do well on that one, he will be able to go with his other 2 scores to count on the total. Possibly that'll help him out, but it does apply a great deal of pressure.
Isaiah, he's had the crowd in his hands the last 2 dunks, Larry Johnson. Why did he now go to the hub and hasn't been working all night, and when he overwhelmed the crowd with the ball dunk?
I don't know. I think what happened is a lot of these guys came into the dunk competition and they didn't have a game plan. D. Brown said here, he said he had 10 dunks that he knew he could do. And I think some of these guys are just making it up as they go along.
Larry Johnson struggling here. I agree with you, Magic, having trouble getting a grip on that ball.
You stay away from this. You come in and you try to tear the wheel down again. That's going to get you the score. That's going to get this crowd going crazy. You know, this bouncing thing hasn't got anybody a high score all night. Maybe 40, 41, 42, but that's the extent of it.
Well, it's not creative. Like I said, the bounce live has been full of running and down. Right. And you got the tough judges over there, and they're looking for creativity. They're looking for things that they couldn't do. Right.
And you know what? Another thing with that is, if a little man bounces and go get it, it's exciting.
But then you got to step up a lot higher to go get it.
Right.
It's like he's in the air for 5, 6 seconds. He can keep his legs and turn around. That's what I try to do. Every time I bounce, I'll leave my body somewhere in the arms and legs. Like I was up there a little longer than I was.
And you was up there long.
Gee, that's called style.
And style points are part of the consideration from the judges. Now, Cedric Ceballos, you saw that, was only 33.5 points on that first dunk that was counted for Larry Johnson. Ceballos in the driver's seat here, and a good opportunity to look for 3 dunks as Ceballos talked to Charles Barkley over there, and Hammer, who's sitting in the celebrity, very expensive celebrity seat. Ceballos.
Okay. Nice. Up under, other side. Then he threw it down with some force. Beautiful. Beautiful dunk.
Sean Kemp had picked Ceballos as his dark horse favorite going into the semifinals. out, and they get to throw out the lowest score here. So Larry Johnson still alive, even though he had only 33.5 on that first dunk. Larry Johnson has a look in his eyes. He came over here in front of our table. Let's see if that converts into some points here.
That's the one he should have tried for.
And the miss. Remember, he won't get to replace that one.
When Michael and Dominic crowd, they cried for the dunk. They would straight to the crowd. They would make them wait about 15 seconds, build up, get that anticipation. And then when they finish the dunk, they would hang on the rim. And, just more style. Right now, these guys just coming in with a simple dunk, and the fans aren't buying it because they're used to seeing that.
Well, they're not buying it, and they're leaving on top of it.
Only 32.5 for that Larry Johnson.
We'll make sure this don't happen tomorrow.
It was definitely not happening tomorrow. We're going to run this ball up so much up and down this basketball court. And you know what I like about this play? I love it because it's conducive for all the events that's happening. It's conducive for basketball. All right. Hocus pocus. All right. Survivor just told me this is called Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus dunk. As we look on the screen there, Magic, you add those up. Remember, 2 of these 3 will count. Savalas really has clinched the championship. No matter what could happen, Savalas has clinched it. So this is simply for entertainment value. Savalas is our quiet champion here. Larry Johnson missing on his first take.
Well,
Savalas offering a little bit of style here. He can do anything he wants here. He's already won the championship. Let's see what he decides to do.
but
Oh, he's going to bring out a blindfold?
oh, we got Dan Marley, the blindfolded, his teammate, who's also playing in the All-Star game.
Now we got some creativity here now.
We went in this ball.
People are coming back in. They're coming back in the building.
This is...
They're returning.
This is what the fans want to see. What do you say, B? Well, I hope he can see out of this because I hope he don't hit that rim head first.
I'm not believing this. Blind. Here comes Savalas. Cedric Savalas dedicating that brilliant dunk that finally got the crowd aroused to Magic Johnson, and on that dunk, Magic, a perfect score of 50 for Cedric Savalas, the only one tonight.
Hey, finally we got something that got everybody around, everybody's anticipation up. Here he comes. Seems like he was on the step up hard.
You know, Magic, the interesting thing about it was we didn't get anything like this until he had the competition won. This was the first risky dunk, and it was done after he had it won.
Boy, the timing was beautiful. All the super slow-mo, I love it. Here he comes. The back of the off the wrong foot, by the way, off the wrong foot and slam it in. Gentlemen, what do you think? Hocus Pocus. Oh, there go Olden Polynese. Who's next here to congratulate? Oh, he's coming at me. Indeed. It's for you, man. Yes, thank you. This is wonderful.
Moving moment. Cedric Savalas with a perfect 50 on that final dunk. The dominating winner of the slam dunk competition, Cedric Savalas. The crowd leaving the Orlando Arena after Cedric Savalas with his Hocus Pocus dunk wins the Slam Dunk Championship of 1992. Not a spectacular competition, to be blunt, but Cedric did bring the crowd back in and on their feet with his blindfold dunk to win win the championship, the second Phoenix Sun to win. Back when Larry Nance won it several years ago, he was with Phoenix, and Craig Sager's with Cedric right now.
Well, thank you, Bud. Creativity, originality, style, it all belong to Cedric Savalas tonight. Tell us about your dunks.
Well, I've been practicing for about a month now. I've been psyched up. It's a dream come true. I've been watching dunkers in the dunk contest for a long time, and I wanted to get a chance to be in it. I didn't really expect to win it. Unfortunately, some people started missing dunks, and I was making mine, and the crowd liked it. I just thank my teammates, my family, my mom at home. She's watching this, my brother. You know, it's one of those things you just can't believe.
Phoenix is fighting for first place in the Pacific Division. Cotton Fitzsimmons actually lets you practice these dunks?
Yeah, he does. He thinks I'm a great dunker. I mean, I probably don't play as much because of the all-stars we have on our team, but he knows that I can dunk well, and he was more than happy to have me in this contest.
Well, we mentioned the creativity, the style, the originality, but the last one was a gorilla dunk, because I see you borrowed that from the Phoenix Sun Gorilla.
Yeah, I did, but the idea came, it was called Hocus Pocus, and the idea came from Magic. We was playing the Lakers, and Magic was shooting around with me, and he was shooting some shots, just holding his eyes, and I was like, blindfolded, maybe that's a good idea to try. You know, me and Magic was goofing around with that, and it came out right.
Can you see out of that blindfold?
No, you can't. You can't. That's why I had to count my steps off. It's kind of hard. I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought I took off too far.
Fantastic job.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bob.
Only